Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Simple English Stories. Today, I want to share with you a very personal journey. It is the story of how I improved my English just by practicing 15 minutes a day. Yes, only 15 minutes. Not 2 hours, not a full class, not expensive coaching, just 15 minutes. Every single day. I know many of you are busy. Some of you are students. Some of you are working in offices. Some of you are taking care of family, children, or household work. And maybe you feel that you don't have enough time to learn English. That was me too. I was busy. I didn't have much free time. And honestly, sometimes I felt lazy. I told myself, maybe I cannot learn English because I don't have hours to study. But one day, I realized something very important. I realized that consistency is more powerful than intensity. It is better to practice 15 minutes every day than to study for 3 hours only once a month. So I started small. I told myself, okay, let me try this. Just 15 minutes a day, no excuses. My first step, listening. The very first thing I did was listening practice. I chose short English podcasts and YouTube videos. Sometimes they were only 3 to 5 minutes long. I listened while drinking tea or while waiting for the bus. At first, I didn't understand everything, maybe only 40%, but I kept listening. I didn't stop the audio every second. I didn't use the dictionary too much. I just let my ears get used to the sound of English. And slowly, my brain started recognizing words. Sentences became clearer. I felt happy when I understood something without translation. That was my first motivation. My second step, speaking out loud. Then I used 5 minutes of my 15 minutes for speaking out loud. How did I do this? Very simple. I repeated after the podcast or video. This method is called shadowing. For example, the speaker said, "Today is a beautiful day." I immediately repeated, "Today is a beautiful day." Sometimes my pronunciation was not perfect. Sometimes I made mistakes. But I did not stop. I continued repeating. This made my mouth comfortable with English words. It also improved my confidence. Because slowly, English was no longer just in my head, it was on my tongue. My third step, writing short notes. I also started writing a small diary in English. Not a full page, just 3 or 4 sentences about my day. For example, today I cooked rice and vegetables. I watched a movie in the evening. I am feeling tired but happy. That's it. Very simple sentences. But this habit helped me think in English. It connected my daily life with the language. The power of 15 minutes. Now let me tell you something magical. At first, 15 minutes felt small, but after 1 week, I realized my listening was better. After 1 month, I noticed my speaking was smoother. After 3 months, my confidence was completely different. Why? Because 15 minutes every day means 105 minutes a week. That is almost 2 hours. And in 1 month, it becomes 7 to 8 hours. In 1 year, that becomes more than 80 hours of English practice. So small daily habits created a big result. Obstacles I faced. Of course, it was not always easy. Some days I felt tired. Some days I forgot. Some days I wanted to give up. But I remembered my rule, only 15 minutes. I told myself, come on, You can do 15 minutes. It was too small to reject. So I continued. And even on my bad days, I managed to do something. Even 5 minutes of listening. Even one sentence of writing. Something is always better than nothing. Extra tips that helped me. Let me share some tips that made my journey easier. Set a fixed time. For me, it was in the morning before work. For you, maybe before sleep. But make it a habit at the same time every day. Use your phone wisely. Instead of scrolling social media, listen to English podcasts for 10 minutes. Don't worry about grammar too much. Focus on listening and speaking first. Grammar will improve naturally. Celebrate small progress. When I understood one sentence from a movie, I felt proud. When I wrote one page in English, I smiled. Small victories kept me motivated. Connect English with your life. Describe what you are doing in English. For example, I am washing dishes. I am going to the market. This made English part of my daily routine. The result. After 1 year of this 15-minute practice, I was a different person. I could understand podcasts and movies better. I could speak with foreigners without too much fear. I could write emails in English with confidence. It was not magic. It was not luck. It was just daily practice, 15 minutes at a time. So, my friend, maybe you are thinking, can I do this too? And my answer is yes, absolutely yes. You don't need a teacher every day. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need 5 free hours. You only need 15 minutes every day with focus, with patience, with consistency. And one day, you will look back and say, wow, my English has improved. I can do this. I am fluent. So don't wait. Start today. Take your 15 minutes and make it powerful. Thank you for listening to my story. This was Simple English Stories, and I hope my journey inspires you to create your own journey. See you in the next episode.